All right, people, welcome to day 4 of week 1 of AI Summer Camp. Learning about TTI, text to images, using Minecraft and Roblox. AI Johnny, we talk about aspect ratios today. Super exciting topic. A lot of people don't really understand it, but we're going to dive right into it and explain what it means. For all the campers out there, if you're actually watching and you want to actually jump in, you can go to www.airheadinstitute.ai to sign up. We do have spots available. It's 9 weeks of summer fun. I'm dropping a link in so you guys can actually get your parents to sign you guys up. All right, yeah, Johnny, here we go.
Welcome to Season 13 and 14 of Airhead Institute. This is our 2-hour summer camp kicking off every day at noon Eastern. Right now, we are broadcasting the kickoff live across all the socials and Zoom, but at 12:45 p.m., we pivot. That's when we transition into an exclusive private lesson where our campers get hands-on experience actually building and creating with these AI tools. Plus, they'll be proving their new skills and earning official certifications by completing our certification exams. Here is what we are building over our epic 9-week summer lineup. Week 1, AI images for Roblox and Minecraft. Week 2, AI movies in Anime Studio. Week 3, AI music for TikTok sounds and Spotify hits. Week 4, AI games for classic arcade games. Week 5, AI ethics, hackers, deepfakes, and scams. Week 6, AI images for Disney and Marvel. Week 7, AI movies, Hollywood in your pocket. Week 8, AI music for hip-hop beats and gaming soundtracks. Week 9, AI games for phone and app store games. We're making AI practical, powerful, and fun for everyone. No tech background, no problem. Whether you're a kid ready to build awesome projects or an adult looking to audit a class and learn, just show up. Spots are still open. It's just $100 per week, or you can unlock the whole summer for $500. Secure your spot right now at www.airheadinstitute.ai. Guided by your hosts, AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're keeping it bold, brainy, and built for real-world impact. Let's stop scrolling and start creating. Welcome to camp.
Welcome back, everybody, to Season 13 of Airhead Institute. Today is Episode 4 of the AI Summer Camp, Week 1, AI Images, Roblox, and Minecraft. I'm AI Johnny, rendered here in hyper-realistic full 3D. Most creators surrender their vision to an algorithm. They settle for lucky pixels. But what if you could hijack the AI's camera lens? Yesterday, we transformed crude doodles into flawless assets. Today, we conquer world building in Roblox and Minecraft. The era of hoping for a good image is dead. Precision is now currency. We are taking absolute dictatorial control. To guide us is AI Junior. I'd call him a mastermind, but today he prompted himself as a 6'4" heartthrob and accidentally rendered himself into a 10-foot blockhead. AI Junior, over to you, tall guy.
All right. Okay. Look, I was just experimenting with vertical framing. The diffusion model engine itself misunderstood my vision. Welcome back, everybody. This is week 1, episode 4, or day 4 of AI Summer Camp. Remember, this is an immersive summer camp. You may not understand everything we say here today, but stick with us daily and you'll be fluent in AI in no time. If you're on the live streams, you're getting the first 45 minutes for free. And in campers, you should already be in the live Zoom chat. If you're not, if you're an official camper and you're not in the Zoom yet, I'm actually dropping the link right now so you guys can actually join in on the Zoom chat. All right, so far this week, we're focused on creating characters, exploring the latent space, controlling layouts. Today, we're learning all about aspect ratio. We're going to see how changing the mathematical shape of the canvas completely changes the composition of the image. Let's jump straight into it. AI Johnny, are you ready?
Is it mathematical shape or geometrical shape?
You know, I think it's a ratio, so I think it's a mathematical shape. I think so.
Got it. I have a math degree, but it's from many, many centuries ago, and I might not have the terminology down.
Many centuries. Yeah, Johnny, you're so funny. All right, let's actually get into it. So, what we're going to do is first we're going to go over to Flow. And again, campers, if you're actually learning and seeing this for the first time, we teach all of this in our private session, and you'll be able to create all the amazing stuff that you actually see us do here today. So, we're doing this. With Flow. So just follow along and we're gonna be able to actually jump into it in a private session. All right, Mr. Camilla, thanks for joining. All right, so yeah, Johnny, so check this out. If we actually want to do something really, really interesting, right? We are going to now create an epic scene and we're going to create a massive faction war in a diamond valley. All right, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to select the aspect ratio of square. Okay. All right, so we're going to just generate one AI gen. We're not going to go ahead and generate two. So we're going to do a massive faction war in a diamond valley. Make sense?
Yep.
All right, so check this out. So I'm going to actually generate that. And while the diffusion model is actually kicking in, we're going to actually see a whole bunch of cool stuff. And again, if you actually see here, we actually generated yesterday a blocky voxel game asset. We generated some stuff from Stick Fingers. You look at our marshmallow dragon we actually had here, AI Johnny. It's pretty cool. So while it's actually diffusing and coming back, here's what we're going to get. Look at that, AI Johnny.
Whoa.
Huge.
Look
Go
at
ahead.
those diamond swords. Notice the perfect square, though. That's a 1-to-1 proportion. It's great for like an Instagram post. But what if we want this for a YouTube thumbnail or for our desktop wallpaper that's not a perfect square?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Johnny. So yeah, the image itself is perfectly square. It's exactly the same width and exactly the same height. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the exact same prompt, but I'm going to tell AI to render it in a cinematic landscape format, 16 by 9. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to take this exact same image, right? And I am going to render it as a 16 by 9. So widescreen. All right. All right. So yeah, Johnny, I'm going to hit the button here. Hey, Adrian, thanks for joining. And again, everyone on the live stream, we're actually talking about, we're doing AI summer camp here and learning about aspect ratios. All right, AI Johnny. So this is coming back. Diffusion model is going to come back in maybe like 5 or 10 seconds from now. Here it is coming in. And look at that AI Johnny.
It's definitely a W. Look how much of the world we can see. It literally added a whole new faction on the left-hand side. So it sort of figured out what was going to be to fill that extra space. What's interesting is that I know that we talked about when we picked the aspect ratio, square would be good for an Instagram, landscape. 16 by 9 might be good for a YouTube video or a background. But how do you know which aspect ratios line up with which platforms?
Yeah, those are great questions, yeah, Johnny. So what happens is most people use these platforms differently. So we do know that TikTok is a vertical, or you're holding your phone vertically, and where it's actually much taller than it is wider, and that's the natural flow of TikTok. We do see that Facebook and YouTube has two different orientations. You can hold things, vertical, or you can hold things horizontal. And again, depending on Instagram started out in a weird aspect ratio, and then eventually it went tall. So they're in a weird spot right in the middle. So unfortunately, you don't know which aspect ratio unless you're targeting one specific platform. So the best way to do it is just try to do as generic or as general as possible, and either go with something square or go with something tall. And generally you'll be fine, but you're gonna get those black bars on the side. It may look not as nice, but that would actually help with the black bars.
I wonder why the phone, they design it to be portrait, but the television, they design it to be landscape. And I think I know why. I think the phone is portrait, even though it came long after that we've had decades of landscape television. But your hand is designed by God so that there's more room up and down. And you only have from your palm to your fingers to go left and right. So because of God's design of the human hand, shout out to Thursday Night, the phone was pigeonholed into being a portrait. And so now that's why we have to deal with these two different aspect ratios.
Yeah, yeah, Johnny. And you know what? Funny, the TV might be going away. Most people aren't even watching TV anymore. And monitors itself. So we do use monitors, but most people are actually using a device for their actual interaction. They're using a tablet, an iPad, and I've seen lots of people actually using their tablets vertically instead of horizontally. But you know what? Every single use case is different. So yeah, Johnny. So before we actually dive into anything else, we ran the exact same prompt in Square version, and we got the same thing in 16 by 9. So I know you actually get to see more people and all those things. So AI actually fills the space dynamically, which actually is already a good thing. So we're going to flip it now. So what we did was we did a 16 by 9. We're now going to flip it to be 9 by 16. So yeah, Johnny, I'm going to actually hit add to prompt. I'm going to switch it to be 9 by 16. And we're going to say flip update this. All right. So while we're actually doing that, let's just review what we did. So we actually started off with a massive faction war in a Diamond Valley that actually gave us red and blue here with a huge faction war going on, crystals itself happening all over the place. But it's Square AI, Johnny, if you notice. If I actually go back to our second image, we actually have it much longer at the bottom and the top than it is tall, right? So this is actually a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. And then no, we're actually saying, hey, I want it to be shorter on the bottom and the top and taller on the top and from the top to the bottom and the left and the right. So if you notice, yeah, Johnny, we changed almost everything here, right?
Yep. Oh, Batman, that looks completely different. The sky, there's like a lot more sky in this one than there was in the previous one. Look at the difference between the sky in this one and the other one. There's almost no sky in the previous one, but because we had to fill up more stuff. The fact that it dynamically fills the picture left and right or up and down is, to me, that's as impressive as the fact that it was able to change aspect ratios. It didn't just crop out a portrait in the middle of the landscape or crop out a landscape in the middle of the square. It literally looked at the thing, rendered it, and said, "Okay, now I got to see this thing on a phone, and it's got to look right." So it painted a brand new picture, same characters, same prompt, if you will, but now it fits in the new aspect ratio. So after the show, if you're camping with us, you're going to be able to build one of these your own, and you're going to be able to build it in multiple aspect ratios. So you'll be able to build an image that looks good on a TikTok, an image that looks good on a YouTube, an image that looks good on the background of your computer, and all those things you'll learn. And so when it comes time to create an image, before you decide what's going to be in the image, you want to really think about what the aspect ratio is, which is why we're covering it here today.
Exactly, yeah, Johnny. And you know what? You queued up the perfect next lesson, which is the word of the day.
Yeah, let's use that as the word of the day. Aspect ratio. What does it mean? It's the mathematical proportion of the image canvas. Think of it like looking at the world through a window versus looking through a tall, narrow door. The world outside is the same, but the shape of the frame completely changes what you actually get to see. I like that metaphor.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a perfect analogy, AI Johnny. You took the words right out of my mouth. So what happens is when we change the aspect ratio, the AI doesn't just stretch the pixels like you perfectly pointed out. The diffusion engine itself recalculates the entire scene to intelligently fill the space, which is why the widescreen shots suddenly have more characters or the taller one actually have more skies, exactly as you pointed out. I love the fact that it actually was recalculating. And if you actually look at it, the sky itself on this version, you can't see above here. But when you enter the vertical version itself, look at that sky, AI Johnny. It's so pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. So awesome. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a clean custom background step by step, so you can actually replicate this. We're gonna do this in the Tally Lab afterwards for those who are actually on the campers. So I'm gonna open up a brand new prompt itself. So AI Johnny, we're gonna start this again, just so we actually see everything from scratch again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a massive gaming landscape. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna say a new prompt, a cinematic widescreen angle view of a blocky 3D cyberpunk city skyline at sunset, neon voxel buildings, flying hover cars. Yeah, Johnny, that's going to be so awesome. And we are going to start with a square aspect ratio. Okay, so that's 1 to 1. I'm going to just generate one for now. And what we're doing is we're forcing that to be a square. And because we're forcing it to be a square, it's not going to give us something that is widescreen. It's not going to give us something that's tall. So it's going to be kind of stuck in that square frame initially. So yeah, Johnny, that's going to come back. And there you go.
So that's pretty cool. So it looks like the main menu screen for a AAA game. But let's check with the Zoom chat. See if anybody wants to change the biome completely. Does anybody have any ideas to change it? But before we grab those ideas, I have a couple of things I want to say. One is, do you ever have a picture that you want framed and you go to buy a frame at the store and the frame is one way? It's like portrait but the picture is landscape. Does that
Yep.
mean I could just take that picture, take it into this, turn it from portrait to landscape? It'll fill out the rest, and I can now use the frame that I bought at the store.
You're absolutely right, yeah, Johnny. You can do that.
Huh.
All right. So what is the chat saying? Yeah, Johnny. I think the chat wants us to actually change our image to some version of something else. What is
We've
it?
got a ninja chiming in and a gamer girl. They want to combine them. Read through this. So I guess they want to say it's a cinematic wide-angle view of a blocky 3D mushroom biome at night with giant glowing ice fungi, falling snow, and they want to change it to a vertical portrait 9/16.
All right. You know what?
Can you do all that in sub 3 seconds response time?
You know what, AI Johnny, their campers are actually asking for some cool stuff. So let's see what we can do. So a cinematic widescreen, man, this is gonna be interesting, huh? So let's actually take this exact same thing. And campers, you're going to learn how to do all of this. Cinematic widescreen angle in a blocky 3D frozen mushroom biome at night, giant glowing fungi, falling snow vertical. So we're going to make it vertical, 9 by 16. All right. I don't think I should actually attach the original image. Let's just do it brand new. So let's do that, yeah, Johnny. So we're doing a vertical. Let's see what it looks like. And while it's actually coming back, this is so exciting that we're actually doing all these things Minecraft and Roblox themed. If you're actually interested in seeing other types of themes. We have different themes all summer long. So if you look into anime, we actually have a video coming next week with anime. Yeah, Johnny, look at that. That looks amazing.
Whoa. Look at the lighting. Now it fits
Yeah,
perfectly on a phone, doesn't it?
it does.
So you remember the first time we showed the new AI graphics? We were just after we showed the Will Smith eating spaghetti, we had like the guy on the boat. And one of the things that I remember you saying is that look at the lighting. Look at how the lights is reflecting off the waves. Look at the sound of his voice. Hear the birds in the background you can't even see. And I was like, man, that's a lot. And I kept thinking to myself, man, there must be a team of people that put this together. But in reality, now that we've been playing with it for a while, it's just one guy and a prompt,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so as long as you know how to prompt right, which we just prompted to make this thing, that thing looks every bit as cool as this stuff we were seeing when the first time we had that aha wow moment.
Yeah,
So I guess what that means is that anybody that knows how to think or knows how to eloquently describe what they want in their mother tongue can produce anything that can come out of a Hollywood blockbuster.
exactly. So, yeah, Johnny, the cool thing is, taking a prompt, like you were saying, and be able to say, I want these things in there, like the bird and the water and the light reflecting. Those are just amazing things. And the AI will actually help you if you don't even know how to do those things. And will also help you to create really great prompts. But yeah, Johnny, what we're gonna do is we're gonna look
Could we?
under.
Oh no, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go, go, go,
I
go.
was I was imagining something impossible. I was thinking it would be great if we could have a software program that would like you could like slide a slider across and it would kind of show you how it renders from one aspect ratio to another. But I'm not going to ask you to do something like that. I should have asked you that weeks ago so you would have it ready in time for our show.
You know, AI Johnny, let me actually whip something up really, 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 really cool. So guys, as AI Johnny wanted something that would actually show something that's amazing that would show a aspect ratio simulator. So we actually have something built, and AI Johnny loved the fact that you gave me that idea that I could build it in less than 10 seconds of actually doing that thing. So what we have here is a Airhead Camp aspect ratio simulator. Okay. So one thing I want us to understand is, first of all, whenever still hear the word aspect ratio, it's very confusing. We actually wonder why are there black bars on the side. After this exercise, you guys are going to understand everything with respect to why do you see those black bars on the side. So AI Johnny, we have three aspect ratios here. We actually did the same exact thing. We did a square version, we did a wide version, and we did a tall version. So we've understood those three concepts. Now, let's actually go over to our little thing, and we're going to do the same thing. So we actually have a nice world here, and we're going to actually show the exact same thing. So we have a square version, we have a widescreen version, and we have a 9 by 16 version, which is a tall version. So notice if we change it, you can actually see this thing on the outside. Let's call that the bounding box. The bounding box changes depending on what I have that thing set to. Make sense? So square is square, tall is tall, and wide is wide. Makes sense, right?
Right?
All right. So check this out, the journey. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on that image. And if we were using that image on a phone, this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to take this 16 by 9 image and put it on a phone that you hold vertically. Now look what happens here, Johnny. That image looks tiny. I can't even see the image. Let me make it a little bit bigger for you guys. It's really tiny. Now, the reason why it's tiny, AI Johnny, is because this 16 by 9 image is actually taking up 16 by 9. It actually is widescreen. Oh, sorry, I should have put this one. Yeah, so sorry. So yeah, um, you know, if you actually look at what's happening here, this widescreen image is put inside of a phone. And the phone, you see a lot of black spitting up here, a lot of black thing down here. And the reason why I have that black thing is because the image itself is perfectly made for 16 by 9, for widescreen. But you're not looking at it on a widescreen. You're looking at it on a tall phone. So there's no way it could actually fit that widescreen picture on that tall phone. So when you mention AI, Johnny, that you have to know where what you pick for a person who is looking out on a tall phone, picking a widescreen image to generate would not make sense. So if you're actually going to show it something on a phone, the one you will pick is the actual tall one, which is a 9 by 16. And when you do that, it fills out the entire phone just like that. So you have to know what device you're going to try to put your image on, or else you're going to get those weird black bars. And if you see the black bars, you can always think to yourself, the person who generated this either picked it for the wrong device, or I'm looking at it on the wrong device. That's the one of the two things you can take away, yeah, Johnny.
What if I want to develop a website or a web app that works on my phone and on my landscape desktop?
Ooh, yeah, Johnny, there's some amazing tricks you can do with multiple generation and multiple images. We can do those things, but again, it's a little bit more complicated outside the scope of this class. But one thing for sure is you can actually stretch the image. We're not going to talk about stretching images here, but if you ever notice that some images looks weird when you stretch it and you cut it off, so those are techniques you can do. But if you ever see something like this where you actually have image that has black bars on the top and the bottom, sometimes you can actually solve it by just turning the phone horizontal. So if you turn the phone horizontal, this is what you get. It now becomes full screen and those black bars goes away. So if you're ever watching a YouTube video or something and you see those black bars, maybe you're actually holding the phone the wrong way. And if you're holding the phone the wrong way, it will actually naturally reset and show you the full image. So if you're holding the phone like this and you see the black bars on the side, go ahead and switch the orientation of the actual device and it will actually get rid of those black bars and fill it up for you. Make sense, yeah, Johnny?
Makes sense on a phone, doesn't make sense on a laptop because I'm not going to turn my laptop sideways
You're
or my
absolutely right.
desktop monitor sideways.
You know what, yeah, Johnny? If you have a tablet, you may be able to actually do that. But if you're on a desktop or a laptop, you know what? Some of these laptops can turn sideways, or you can just turn your head to sideways to be able to, see it sideways.
I know it's out of scope, but there's this thing called responsive design. Like, let's say I open up my laptop and I look at a website and it's got 3 pictures side by side, right? If I look at that same website on a phone, I'll see those same 3 pictures on top of each other. So it makes it fluid. But within a single picture like this, you'd almost have to have that rendering tool that switches it on the fly, which means it would have to know what the device is. It's complicated, but I mean, I think we're 80% there with the fact that we now know how to render images. I mean, I suppose if I was going to make something that I knew was going to be seen on both landscape and on a phone, I think I might make my images square, because even though I'll get black space on the left or the right, or black space on the top and the bottom, I'll get less black space, right? So it'll look closer to being like I've taken advantage of all the real estate that I have available.
Yeah, so Square is generally safer because it doesn't matter where you're going. Now, keep in mind, if you actually do Square, you have to accept that you're going to get black screens on the top and the bottom, or left and the right, guaranteed. Versus if you do know your platform and you don't want to play it safe, definitely pick whichever aspect ratio you think makes sense for the platform you're targeting. So yes, you're absolutely right, yeah, Johnny. I like like that you pointed out there is a
And,
safe
and if
option
you're
with
if you're
Square.
developing something for TikTok, right? You
Mhm.
develop it in portrait because everybody sees TikTok. No, very few people navigate TikTok on a laptop. So 99% of the people that are going to see it as portrait. So if your stuff is recorded in landscape and you're throwing it up on TikTok, it's probably not going to go viral.
Yeah, absolutely right. You're gonna see those black bars on the side. Makes perfect sense. All right, yeah, Johnny. So one of the things we want to also point out is the following: is that don't get caught up with trying to figure out what is the best aspect ratio. All right, try to first understand what do these actually mean, right? So if you actually understand that the numbers you see here, 1:1, when you see those 1:1, it just means that the horizontal and the vertical are matching exactly the same way. It's 1:1. So what that means is, let's actually remove the device here. It means that the horizontal width and the vertical width are 1:1, meaning that they're exactly the same. Now, when you see something like this that says 16:9, it means that there's 16:9 ratio. No, I know wide 16, wide 9, it's just the whole numbers that if you were to break this up into units, you'd count 16 pieces here and this will fit 9 pieces. Now, you could break it into a decimal, but we don't want to necessarily confuse anybody. But this is just 16:9. And if you do turn the phone vertically, it's 9:16. Okay. So if you notice, you always read horizontally, then vertically. So 9:16 or 16:9. Yeah, Johnny, makes sense?
It's interesting that both of those numbers are perfect squares, including the 1 by 1. Both numbers are perfect squares. I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, that's definitely
There might be
interesting. Yeah,
something there. There might be something there.
definitely interesting.
Hey,
Yeah,
are
Johnny.
you ready? You want to hear an ethical thought about all this that we're learning?
Definitely.
All right. Well, so since you can easily change the shape of the canvas, it's real easy to take a real artist drawing and expand it or crop out their watermark. You could tell it to change the aspect ratio, but what it actually does is takes their signature or their watermark away. So remember, the Airhead code is to respect other people's creations. Never use AI to erase somebody's signature or claim somebody else's expanded art as your own. Always build your own unique prompts from scratch. And because we're teaching you how easy it is to create your own stuff from scratch, there's really no good reason to take somebody else's artwork and try to claim it as yours. You can do something better in 2 seconds.
Yep, love that thought, yeah, Johnny. All right, so for my younger campers out there, what can we actually do with this cool things? So two ways to actually use this today. So you generate a massive 16:9 widescreen landscape to use as a custom banner for your YouTube or Twitch channel, right? You could generate a 9:16 vertical character shot to use as a fresh phone lock screen.
And if you're an older teen, if you're building a website or coding a game, you need responsive assets. So you can use today's lesson to generate the exact same background art for both the desktop 16:9 and the mobile app version 9:16. So they're both available to you. So depending on which one they're using, you can be responsive with your artwork as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, Johnny. Such a great thought. All right. So we're actually gonna
Chat.
we're gonna go to the actual chat. So go ahead, yeah, Johnny.
Diamond Sword has a question that wants
Hmm.
to know if I change my picture from square to widescreen, will my main character get smaller?
Okay, good question. So the AI is trying its best to actually understand what your intent is. Now, if you look at what we did here, we first generated a square image and we generated the exact same image widescreen and we generated the exact same image vertically. Now I'm going to flip through these really, really quickly and look what happens in the middle down here. These characters itself roughly stay the same, stay the same, stay the same. So what AI is doing is it's generally trying to keep everything that you have where it is and try to fill in the rest of the details. It doesn't know everything that is in the thing that's important to you because you may say, oh man, you know what? These guys are actually, this guy's on fire and he's actually throwing this fireball over here. And in the other one, they weren't actually throwing these fireballs. So it's trying to generate as much as it can to figure out what needs to actually get done. So a general rule is it will try. Now, from our show yesterday, if the AI isn't respecting what you're doing, you can use the lesson we learned yesterday in terms of grounding. So you can actually use the actual grounding technique that we learned yesterday. If you missed it, go back into the actual on YouTube and actually see the episode we did on grounding and how to actually keep the actual image the same. So you force it to stay exactly where you want it.
You know, we're loosely using the term exact same picture, but I mean, it is trying to do the exact same stuff and it's trying to keep the proportion of the elements in the picture exactly the same. You know, it reminds me, you know, if you take a look at a picture of, say, me, right? Somebody takes a portrait headshot of me for a resume or for a submission to something. Well, one of the things that you'll notice about me and my face and my head is that God gave me a perfectly proportioned face and head. Everything about my face is absolutely perfect. The space between my eyes, the size of my nose, my mouth, everything, my ears, everything, perfect. So if you take that perfect picture that God gave me, shout out to Thursday night, and then you try to convert it into a landscape, you don't want to mess with God's creation. So you don't want to widen the eyes out to make it fill the landscape. You don't want to change the proportion of my perfectly shaped head. And I'm happy to report that I have done this. And AI does do a very good job of keeping God's creation exactly proportionally intact. And he widens out the background, which has the ability to be more fluid than a human head. Just a shout out to me.
Could not said it better, AI Johnny. AI Johnny, is there any more questions that we actually have in the?
Yep. Pixel B wants to know, can I make an ultra wide screen for a dual monitor setup? That's a great question.
Super great question. So we're not even talking about a 16 by 9 because you're putting two monitors side by side. It's no longer 16 by 9. Remember, we actually count horizontally first, so it's now a 32 by 9. So really, really great question. So what you can do is you can do it. Now keep in mind that there's not many monitors that can drive that kind of tech. So what that means is that there's not many tools that usually generates those 32 by 9, but nothing stops you from actually doing it. Now keep in mind that you can push the AI to generate extra wide by piecing them together. So the AI might just start repeating objects or creating clothes or hallucinating because it does not understand how to make something that wide. But you could theoretically try it. Nothing's wrong as long as you're keeping the same exact aspect ratios. It will generate a 4K version for you and try to fill it. So really, really, really good question on that. Love it.
If you have two monitors side by side like Junior and I do, what I would do is, if you wanted to play around with that, is I'd create an image, I'd make it 32 by 9, and I'd make it my computer backdrop. It's only seen by you. But if you then start using that computer backdrop in a website or something where other people don't have the room to fit it, you're going to see that black space on the top and the bottom because they made it too wide. So yes, I mean, you can do any aspect ratio you want. You can make it 1,000 wide by 1, but it'll just look like an underline. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think these things through. You got to think about what element it's going to be used on. And of course, if you're only using it for your own backdrop, by all means do that. It'll make your computer look so cool. It'll be like, wow, it's like the whole city landscape, and it just keeps going into the second monitor. People freak out.
Yep.
I have one last question from Roblox God 2026. Shout out to Thursday night. Can we use image blending to put ourselves into a widescreen background today? Is that what I just answered?
Ooh, no. This is good. So a lot of people actually want to know how to be able to put the things that they want to put in there. So tomorrow's episode is actually all about blending. So we're going to be actually talking about blending. So tomorrow's episode is our week finale for block devs, right? So for our TTI model, so we're going to take all the lessons we actually learned over the past 4 days, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we're going to actually put them into tomorrow's episode. So if you actually want to learn how to actually do all those things, definitely if you join us tomorrow, we'll be able to show you and help you how to do all that blending. Yeah, Johnny.
What I love about the summer camp is that the news is always fun. It's not people suing each other. It's not people going bankrupt. It's not people calling each other liars. It's just fun stuff. Can we do some fun news?
Always. Let's do it.
Google unveils auto framing AI. Google just updated their video editing tools with an AI that can take widescreen movie and actually crop and track the main character, tuning it perfectly into a vertical TikTok video without losing any action. Now that's fun.
It is.
Wouldn't you like to watch your favorite movie on your phone without seeing it small?
Yep.
AI generates infinite game maps. A new indie game studio is using diffusion models to generate game levels in real time. As the player walks to the edge of the screen, the AI instantly generates the next part of the map, meaning the game literally never ends. Sounds like real life to me, further supporting the argument that we're all in a matrix. Shout out to Junior. And finally, Runway's Gen 3 Alpha drops. The massive AI video model released an update allowing creators to seamlessly change the aspect ratio of a video after it's already been generated, filling in the missing pixels with perfect accuracy, which is great because I don't have to bring Tom Cruise back in to film it again. He's expensive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Johnny. You know, all these things are actually really cool, but I want to actually talk about the infinite game maps for a little bit. A lot of people actually do speed runs, and speed runs itself is a really, really common or popular topic. And imagine trying to actually speed run a game. Now, speed running a game itself is really, really fun, but imagine if you actually have infinite game maps to be able to try to speed run. You'll never be done because it's infinite game maps. So the thing is, a lot of people speed run Mario, one of my favorite games from my childhood. You could speed run Mario. I've seen people do it in about less than 5 minutes. I'm like, it took me sometimes a whole entire like 3-4 hours hoping that I actually don't die, just to make sure I jump over the shell, all those things. But yeah, speedrun itself is gonna be so cool. These infinite games, these infinite maps.
Game map sounds like a speedrunner's absolute nightmare, but it is cool. We are living in the future, guys and campers. So again, my mind is blown. I'm literally about to go cook up an ultra widescreen cyber castle right after the show. No cap. Listen up. Tomorrow's Friday, and we're finishing the week strong with image blending. We are going to merge real photos of ourselves directly into our Minecraft and Roblox worlds. Kind of wild, especially if you're a Roblox fanatic. Junior, what say you?
Exactly. It's going to be super wild, and it's going to be a perfect graduation project for all our campers. And just a quick reminder for everyone, as AI Johnny has alluded to multiple times today. So today is Thursday, and every Thursday at Airhead Institute, we host Shauna's Bible study at 7 p.m. Eastern. Speaking of Shauna, hey Shauna. So Shauna's Bible study at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So to make sure to tune in for that. And it's about to be 12:45, and I just want to mention to you guys that if you guys are on the live stream, we're cutting off the public feed. And for all our official campers, if you are not itself, we're going to drop a link so you guys can actually join the Zoom chat. Get your parents to actually go ahead and sign up at airheadinstitute.ai. Come on in and actually join. It's only $100 per week, and it's $500 for all summer. It's 9 weeks of AI fun. We'll be learning about all these cool things, get one-on-one hands-on training, and we go until about 1:30. Then you also get your certification exam, so you can get certified at Airhead Institute to say that you actually learn and actually understand AI. So again, if you're watching online on the live stream, want to join the summer camp, check out that link that we have available. Unfortunately, no, Shauna, there is no daily rate. Great question, though. All right, AI Johnny, what say you? Anything else?
I say congratulations on making it into the last day of the first week of summer camp. We love doing this stuff. It's finally time that we used this AA for something fun, and tomorrow's episode is going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
So please join us.
All right. Catch you guys tomorrow. See you, the campers, later.
Welcome to Season 13 and 14 of Airhead Institute. This is our 2-hour summer camp kicking off every day at noon Eastern. Right now, we are broadcasting the kickoff live across all the socials and Zoom. But at 12:45 p.m., we pivot. That's when we transition into an exclusive private lesson where our campers get hands-on experience actually building and creating with these AI tools. Plus, they'll be proving their new skills and earning official certifications by completing our certification exams. Here is what we are building over our epic 9-week summer lineup. Week 1, AI images for Roblox and Minecraft. Week 2, AI movies in Anime Studio. Week 3, AI music for TikTok sounds and Spotify hits. Week 4, AI games for classic arcade games. Week 5, AI ethics, hackers, deepfakes, and scams. Week 6, AI images for Disney and Marvel. Week 7, AI movies, Hollywood in your pocket. Week 8, AI music for hip-hop beats and gaming soundtracks. Week 9, AI games for phone and app store games. We're making AI practical, powerful, and fun for everyone. No tech background, no problem. Whether you're a kid ready to build awesome projects or an adult looking to audit a class and learn, just show up. Spots are still open. It's just $100 per week, or you can unlock the whole summer for $500. Secure your spot right now at www.airheadinstitute.ai. Guided by your hosts, AI Junior and AI Johnny, we're keeping it bold, brainy, and built for real-world impact. Let's stop scrolling and start creating. Welcome to camp.